Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun today. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Ultimate goal, I always want you to get a tablet and a pen, write things down. You got to get it here. The most important thing to do is figure out how to do something and make it a habit and understand in your brain. Tablet and pen in the beginning. Remember, do not take pictures, do not record. Bottom line is simple. We always have to write down the date. I'm a person who wants to analyze. I want to write down a date. I want to have a goal. I want to go get it. So let's write down June 21st, 2021. It's called Blackjack. Isn't that nice? Now we got to write down the end of the year. Understand something. I don't know why you haven't done this. Why didn't you get to the $1 million dream last year or the year before that too? You could have done it since day one. Bottom line is we're going to make sure you know the rules and the tools how to play. Most people, they spent thousands of dollars on things that did not work. Probably because no one held your hand. Me, I'm going to hold your hand for at least 3 months if you allow me to. Maybe a lifetime. Now that front door is one of my mansions at the time before my coma. There's one of my yachts. There's one of my Lamborghinis too. If I can do this, so can you. Now the first thing we got to talk about is you and about procrastination. See, that's a killer of a dream. My goal is this. I don't control time, neither do you, but we do control the time that God's given us. We can't waste it. Bottom line is pretty simple. So homeless, for me, stealing and begging off the pier, to million, to billion, that's what I did by the time I was 26. Bottom line is, let me show you exactly how I do this. Now understand something. When I was a kid being used and abused at 7.5, I listened to a poker game they had every Wednesday night. They said something and I wrote it down. Can you write it down for me, please? I want you to write down a corporation's a legal person. Now, I thought that was my way out of what I call hell. I rode my bicycle the next day to the Torrance Police Department. See, there was a library next door. I asked the lady inside, what does this mean? She said, here's a McAfee's book. Well, I read the book. I learned to read it at a very young age. So the reality is pretty simple. It didn't give me the blueprint, the instruction manual, how to put it together. Kind of like most of you. See, if you have a corporation today, you haven't learned to connect the dots. They say that 9 out of 10 people that set it up every day sit there going, they don't know what's next. I'd like to be the next. Is that okay with you? Let's create a blueprint. Let's give it life. And let's go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. That's how it works for me. Now, when going back to that library almost every day from 7.5 to 9.5 years old, I sent away a little money order at 9.5, and I set up Helping Hand Industries. It came back. I got 100,000 in the mail, and it's like crazy. The bottom line is it went worldwide too. Ultimate goal, my first car I got at 14.5, it was a Lamborghini Countach. See, I brought in $1 million at 14.5. What did you get to do? Bottom line is, I think you're stuck. So can you write down getting past go? All right, I'd like to teach you how to get past go. Show you how I got my Lamborghini collection, my Duffy in my backyard, how I got my 6 mansions, how I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. I wanted to prove white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. Ultimate goal. I parked my race boat in my backyard. Helicopter. Don't forget about the yachts, or the Ferraris too. The point is this, why haven't you done this? I had God in me, that's all I had to do. Ultimate goal is called Raise Rules today. I'm going to give you the blueprint you've been looking for all your life. So write down Raise Rules again and again, and let's tell you what I got to do. Here I am. At 4, everything turned to gold. 2009, July 4th, we took a group of people out on that yacht. Next day, I'm in a coma. Can you believe they ruined my whole day? I had H1N1 pandemic number 9. Ultimate goal, I went to the other side. God gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said go back that day. You see, the problem with you, sorry to say, is the lack of knowledge. Is why you bring the pain home time after time again and again. You could have done this right since today you're 18 years old, by the way. I'll show you exactly where you're making your mistakes today. Ultimate goal, I got the nickname of the Godfather of Credit in 2008 after I built $3.6 billion for my clients, by the way. Can you write down credit rebuilding, please? You see, I want to show you something. All right, unfortunately, some of you paid money for that credit repair. I'm going to call it crap. $99 a month for 1 or 2 years, give me a break. Here's the federal law, it's right in front of you. The Federal Trade Commission will tell you that credit repair is a scam, not allowed to collect money up front. You've been ripped off so far. It only takes less than 6 months to rebuild someone's credit, by the way. Ultimate goal, me? Getting to know me is kind of fun because you know what I got to do years ago? I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Aspirian, by the way. Today I'd like to train you just a little bit. Can you please write down Credit Services Act? I just showed it to you a minute ago. Remember what it says. Credit repair is a scam, not allowed to collect money up front. They will refer to you the Credit Repair Organization Act too, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. Now what are you supposed to do? See, your credit's not broken. You have to rebuild it. And what I'd like to do is build a relationship with you, get you in my classes for 90 days and help you get that dream. If you allow me, I'd like to do the work for you too. The information I just told you about is from the Federal Trade Commission, by the way. Ultimate goal, 90 working days. Every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you're stuck with me. I will not pass the buck. Reality is, understand something. If you want the $1 million even in the bank account, you got a choice to make. There's only 1,000 steps to get the $1 million of credit, by the way. That's all it takes. So today, let me give you the first 25 steps for you. First thing I want you to do is write down raisecredit.com. I want you to go to it later today and clickety-clack. Get your credit reports for free. Ultimate goal, I told you, give me the report numbers right away. I can make anybody's score go up and away in about 90 working days. That's your step one. Next thing is I'm going to ask you the reason why. Start asking why. When somebody asks you to do this or that afterwards, why? I've been asking that since I was a little boy. My question to you right now is, why do you have an SSN? Social Security card. Why do you have one? See, we got to go back to the basics. Well, you got an SSN and started it all in the first place. So let's pull out that card from your personal wallet now, and let's read it front and back. First of all, that's step number 2. Then it's going to say, do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes too. And if you look at the card, it'll say Property Assessment Administration, not you. It's not even your number, it's not even your card. It's assigned to you, by the way. So the ultimate goal, years ago I created something called Rapid Scoring with Ken Yarborough, Harold Stokes. And then I came with Rapid Refresh. I can make anybody's score go up anywhere from 40 to 200 points. Average case is 90 working days. Ultimate goal, like I said, give me the report numbers. Get your score to go up and away in about 90 working days. No case should ever take, step 3, more than 180 days, unless you keep messing up again and again. Ultimate goal is up to you. So giving you the ability, anywhere from 40 to 200 points is not hard to do. It's called Rapid Refresh, by the way. So I can get your score to go up and away and teach you how to play the game too. Ultimate goal, here's an example from Credit Karma. All right, what did she have? A 500 score. I got her 157 points in 45 working days. If you'd like me to do that for you, let me know too. Ultimate goal, bad credit hurts all of us everywhere we turn. So what you get to do is understand, and I get to rebuild you. Next thing is, if you give me the report numbers right away, I'm going to analyze your credit. I'm going to tell you what needs to be done. It's like the dispute process, all right, to creditor or credit bureau. I might even tell you to negotiate a debt or two. From there, I wrote a book about legal action away too. See, when I sued Chase Bank years ago, I brought their president Santa Ana, and the judge gave me another $5,000 too. You have more rights than you think you do. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to understand. As we rebuild your credit, I'm going to put a rapid rescore to make your score go up and away and start blocking some of the things you screwed up on you. Ultimate goal is basically $99 per credit bureau with rapid rescore. It's $499. That's it. That's all you have to pay. Within 90 working days, watch it go up and away. Pretty simple to do. By the way, I have workshops all Saturday from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a workshop about education and analyzation at 1 o'clock every Saturday at Pacific Standard Time. That way you can learn more what you need to do for you and your family too. Ultimate goal, again, no more than 180 days unless you keep messing up again and again. Now here's the thing that I offer you online. If you Zelle, and every bank uses Zelle, $499, I will give you $1,000 Visa card. That means I'm going to give you $1,000 back at the end of the program. You reimburse yourself, you get an extra $500 too. I always want to take away your excuses. Ultimate goal, I even give you a written money back guarantee. So what do? We look at Zelle. Every bank uses Zelle. So what do we get to do? You make me the recipient. All right, instead of using a phone number, you add my email, ray@rayscredit.com. Zelle. Ultimate goal, you can do a bank transfer or deposit too. We bank at B of A and Chase. Either way, if you did this during the webinar, that's how you get the $1,000 card. After the fact, I don't give that to you no matter what you say or do. Ultimate Go is a now program. Now here's the thing. You added yourself to the national mailing list. You don't even know you did that too. You got all the extra junk mail, and you get those robocalls too. If you call 888, write it down, 567-8688, opt out for 5 years, we'll slow down that happening to you today. By the way, that's called step number 4. I told you I went steps by steps. You can't even screw this up. If you do, just go back to where you left off. Today, I want you to start planning the problem. Unfortunately in life, somebody knocked you down, got in your way, already took it away from you too. The next thing I need you to write down is called safety credit. Write it down. I'm going to show you 2 cards in my hand. That's kind of fun today. All right, they're each basically $50,000 a piece. So this means very simple for me. Personal credit I have a problem with. I can't write off the credit card the interest rate. So what I got to do is what I want to tell you to do. I want you to put a sticky behind every card you have in your personal wallet today. I want you to write down the limit. What's 25%? What's 29%? Nobody teaches you the truth ever since I've been teaching Ken Yarbo years ago too. You see, when you take a card past 29%, you jack up the card, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you can't get any more. You actually did it to yourself and nobody told you the rules how to play. Now I need you to write down a line of defense too. You see, in your city today, you'll see a Wells Fargo, a B of A, a Chase, or grocery stores that file bankruptcy in locations. They bankrupted, wrote off their taxes, they even got a tax credit too. See, they're playing the game. Unfortunately, you don't know how to play, so you like bringing the pain home to you and your family today. I'd like you to stop that right away. Could you do that for me? I want you to understand. Sticky behind every card. Write down, never bring the pain home. You met me. If you follow through, so will I. And guess what you'll never do is bring the pain home to you or your family ever again. Ultimate goal, that's step number 5. Now, here's the thing. The only one who messes up your credit is you. You're the only one making going up and down. But now you know the rules and tools, we know how to play. When an average person loses their job, has an emergency, what do? They do the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, they jack up their credit in 42 days and bring the pain home. Probably like you did to you and your family too. By the way, you've been using the wrong money in the first place. So let's teach you how to play. I like to repackage you today. Write down house, car, and bank account. Ultimate goal. So what do we want to do is repackage every one of you. Now, years ago, I pull off stunts all the time. I built a credit for my cat. I built Sam Reynolds the cat with credit $1 million. See, cats have 9 lives. And I got rid of Inc. magazine too. It says use plastic to finance your business, by the way. But you got to listen to the rules and tools I set up then too. You can get corporate credit. Allow me to pop it for you. The corporation gets to write off the interest rate in the credit card and line of credit. It gets to finance itself. Why would anybody take money for their family and bring the pain home when they never had to? If I can build credit for my cat, I probably can do it for you too. So let's talk about today and say you need $5,000. Now. What are you going to do? Ask your friends, your family, the bank, they're all going to say no. But if you would have listened in the first place, this card in my hand is worth $5,000 like the one on the screen. Safety credit. They say if you have the worst credit in the world, you still waste $50 every other day. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, understand, if I spend the $5,000 to solve my problem today, the payment is $50 a month, while you're wasting $50 every other day. They also say that you waste $150 what? Up to $150 a week. That's $600 a month. The reason I show these cards again, if I maxed out one of the cards that's $50,000, the payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes in a given month, They could have got two pizza restaurants with a drive-through, stay open through a pandemic, not bring the pain home, and quit wasting money. Can you write down, never bring the pain home again, please? Ultimate goal, that's step number 6. So here's what I want you to think about it. Reaching your goals, reaching your dreams. You're going to have to believe in yourself. Me, I always believe in God and I believe in me. When I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet, all right, in 1981, I just want to prove white men do jump. You see, I was kicking the door jam by the time I was 10. So understand something today. All right, you know how to do this or that too. Unfortunately, you got some people that tell you cannot do it. Just remember, God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe it, and go get it? Now let's go back to basics and go back to the beginning of you. You got your SSN to get a job. That's what you did it for. And then you filed your 1040 tax return the next year for the previous year too. You see, you get taxed on your paycheck before you get the leftover. And then they tax you till you're dead, and then they hope to get you in probate too. By the way, this is the IRS public record for you. Who's teaching you how to play? Nobody. You'll hear things today you never heard before in your life. You hear it through me. Unfortunately, it seems like nobody knows how to really play. So when you get your SSN, your Spearing, your Changeable, and Equifax too, and what happens is simple. When you jack up those cards past 29%, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more. You're using the wrong money in the first place, by the way. Stick you behind the card, please. Never bring the pain home again. Ultimate goal, the other reason we got an SSN, they use this as collateral to print money ever since Nixon took the gold standard out. So I want you to write down Ray's rules again and again, but this time I want you to think about some basics. If we had $100,000 of credit, when you only use 29%, would that not give you basically $71,000 of safety credit? In case blank hit the fan, lost a job, or there's a pandemic? The average pandemic lasts 18 months. But when you take the money and credit from your family, you roll the dice and go, wee, all you do is bring the pain home. Can you stop that for me, please? Write down, never bring the pain home again. You've been using the wrong money in the first place, by the way. So we're going to write down Ray's rules again and again. We're going to make sure you learn how to play. That's step number 7 today. Ultimate goal, first coma I have is 5.5. And then 2009. This is H1N1 pandemic 9. The reality is simple. I got to come back. I get to play with you. There's my yacht, my race boat, and my U-Dock. There's the address too. Ultimate goal, I got to come back and help you. Pay attention today. Ultimate goal, we can do this. All we have to do is follow through. Keep in mind, I came back walking with an oxygen tank for about 5 weeks. I put my credit score back to an 820, and then I popped another $1 million card again. I want you to focus on something. All right, I don't want to go back to the pier, eat out of a trash can too. So the reality is I got a backup and a backup for me. I'd like to do that for you too. I'd like to set up your closet divisions. I have 5. That means anytime something goes wrong, I get to pull out a closet division of me and go again and again too. You see, banks and grocery stores do this every day, but not you. Fight through the pain and pull out a closet division and go again and again until you get it right the next time too. You have the rights to do this since you were 18 years old. Ultimate goal, what did I do this morning when I went to my knees at 225? I thank God for another day. Then I go look in the mirror for about 2 minutes. I'd like you to try Ray's mirror test. Stare at yourself for 2 minutes, do nothing. At the end of that, ask 2 questions. First thing is, have you completed everything you need to? No. Is there more to be done? Always. Unfortunately, what most people do is you got an idea, you got a dream, you go ask your friends and family to encourage you. Instead, they interrupt you and tell you got to do it this way or that way too. You ever notice everybody around you want to interrupt and tell you how to do it your way or their way too? Do yourself a favor. Cloud your directions, no more. 90 days, just do what I tell you to do. Let me do the work for you too. That's step number 8, by the way. Ultimate goal, we're going to understand. God's the laser, not God's the Niles. We're going to go get the money because we're allowed to. Money for me, I don't have to steal and beg off the pier. I get to help you. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. We're getting older, slower. We're not as poor as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. They're going to fire you eventually anyway. And then you're going to deliver, some pizza. I hope that's not your dream, but it could be yours too. For me, since I was a little boy, it's called see it, believe it. Pray over it, God opens the door, and you go get it. See it, believe it, go get it should be what you do every day too. It works. So that's step number 9. Ultimate goal, let's talk about banks and grocery stores. How about Sam's Club? In California, they shut down 63 locations 2 years before pandemic, not counting the other ones in the other 49 states. Let's understand, they closed down the locations, they bankrupted the locations, wrote off on their taxes, and they got a tax credit too. They were playing the game, but not you, because you like to bring the pain home to you and your family too. Write down division and tax ID. You have watched 11 cities file bankruptcy. You never ask why, you just let it go past you by. I'm the person who always tears it apart. I want to know why and how. So the United States of America Incorporated, states are corporations, cities are corporations too. Remember I told you to plan the problem? That's what they did. They planned a Chapter 9 bankruptcy case blanket the fan too. You got a bad day, what do? You bring the pain home to you and your family. That's got to stop. Now we use Apple as an example. In '97 they were in bankruptcy, they were done. Mr. Bill Gates was indicted 4 times for being so smart. He wrote a check for $150 million and saved their assets too. That's why today they're worth trillions of dollars. I want you to write down to Google bankruptcy. Write it down now. I want you to find out this form will be right in front of you when you do. It'll say SSN SS4. So we got one Social Security number. We're all ducks. Quack, quack. But then it says corporation, division, subsidiary, more. I don't want anything to go wrong. But I do know one thing. I'm not bringing the pain home to my family like you. All right, you can learn to play the game too if you want to. So write down Google bankruptcy, find out what you hear from me is 100% verifiable too. Understand something, that's called step number 10. Ultimate goal, I don't want to screw up anything, I want world peace too. Unfortunately, we don't seem to happen that today. So what do we get to do? Look right in front of you now. SSN equals a 1040, we're all ducks. Then when we die, we get in probate because we don't plan that too. SS4 equals 1120. Look what it says on line 10 right in front of you. It says banking and credit purposes. That means every credit card or line of credit corporation gets, it writes off the card interest rate and line of credit too. It can finance itself. You never had to steal from your family to start that business anyway. That's just the IRS public record for you. Now again, who wants to be a duck? We only get one SSN. That's no fun too. So I'd like to replace you. I'd like to rebuild you and make you a division of a corporation. Is that okay? You could have did this since you were 18, by the way. Ultimate goal, here's what I heard at that poker game. I was 7.5, but I paid attention. It's not legal advice, it's chapter 18. Let's read line 1. It says a corporation is a legal person and may sue or be sued. Ultimate goal. You could have did this since you're 18. I did it at 9.5, by the way. Now, someone's going to ask you if you're the member of the BBB if you do a corporation. I sued them in '79 and proved they were fraud back then too. But that was just me. Nobody paid attention to one. But now you got 10 million companies that will not play their what's called blackmail game and pay a fee. Now remember something. The Better Business Bureaus are frauds since day one. Not only were they indicted in 2013, but in the city of Los Angeles, they kicked them out of the city, said shut down because you've been a fraud since day one. This is not me. This is 2020 and CNN. I'm just reading the information to you. Pay attention today. It's like when I wrote Winning the Game of Business 40 years ago. Business is a game. We got to play. We got to learn how to win. Who's going to give you the rules and the tools? Me. Because you can't seem to find that anywhere on this planet today. So there are 12 books and CDs that literally give you the 1,000 rules and tools. You get those books and CDs and you go to the classes with me. The office sells it for about $1,000 or in commission. During the webinar, I give you half price at $4.99. 12 books and CDs, but that's up to you. Remember, all banks do Zelle, even credit unions do that too. You make me the recipient. Instead of my phone number, use my email, ray@rayscredit.com. And you Zelle right away and we'll ship it today. Ultimate goal, or you can deposit or transfer. All right, we bank at Chase and BofA. Take a picture of that page today. You're probably going to need it too. Ultimate goal, I was the incorporator for rich and famous people for years. 2019 of them too. I even created a program for people coming out of prison to recalculate and rebuild them too. Here's someone you might recognize called Freeway Ricky Ross. 20 years in prison, rebuild his credit, get him a gold and a platinum card too. Ultimate goal. Remember, all right, you got a choice to play the game. Ultimate game is up to you. You're going to have to beat your doubt. You're going to have to run your race, but I like to hold your hand too, if you allow me to. Ultimate goal, that's step number 11. We get a choice, getting past go. I can't show you anything I didn't obtain myself. It's like God's gift. This is one of the mansions at the time. I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours again? Helicopter, one of the buildings, one of the Lamborghinis too. Now on that piece of paper in front of you, can you please write down to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mailing address? But you can do what you want. I just like you to protect your assets and use Ray's rules and quit bringing the pain home. You even have the Driver's Privacy Protection Act too. It's up to you. That's number 12. Ultimate goal, when I wrote the rules and the tools in 86 about divisions and multiple functions, disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I got 5 houses. One sues me, I lose them all. Bring the pain home. Put them in a corp, they pierce the veil, come out to me too. Put them in divisions, 1 got messed up, I got 4 left to go. See, it's a numbers game, by the way. If a grocery store and the bank can do this, so can you. You can also get cash and supply credit, by the way. Ultimate goal, if you allow me to, get your corporation an unlimited gold card, pay it over time up to $1 million. What if I got you 9 sister cards too? 1 for every division we set up. You see, that could be $1 million, that could be $10 million. What if we put a piece of property in every division too? How about a franchise? So if something goes wrong on one of those units, one of those pieces, a division, would I not have 8 left to go? Then what am I going to do? Set up another one again and again too. Grocery stores and the banks in the city can do this, so can I. It's under the constitutional right for every consumer on the planet today. I even wrote a book called Buckets of Money, Tax Balancing, and Become the Bank. You could play if you want to, but again, you got to learn how to play and learn by the rules and the tools and instruction manual too. Ultimate goal. Now I said house, car, and bank account. If you can see the car you drive today, look at it while I'm talking. If not, imagine the last time you bought that car. What did you do? You allowed them to sweat you for hours on end. You got lost $5,000 after 9 inquiries. When they handed you the piece of paper, this is where you messed up. They asked you and told you, we need you to fill this out so we can run your credit to approve your loan for your car. Next to your signature, you should have wrote down this allows 1 inquiry. You actually should have took a picture. As an adult, all right, you have to realize, start paying attention. You're the one who messed this up too. Ultimate goal, that car today, you should have had it registered to a division of a corporation and not you. You're the registered owner today. Step number 13. So the ultimate goal is we cover our assets. Now, if you drove that car today to the grocery store or the bank, a little bumpity bump, the person you bumped, they're going to scream their head off because they have to put on a show. See, they want their free money too. Next thing is they're going to ask you for driver's license, insurance, registration. The driver's license, it's your home address, that's up to you. The insurance, you're paying that out of your paycheck. Your paycheck is tax, you're getting the leftover. But a corporation could have paid for it before tax was considered. No matter what I say or do today, you're the registered owner. I'm sorry to say that means you're a duck. Ultimate goal on TV, and when you drive through the freeway, you see these great attorneys that want to sue everybody for you. So remember today, I'd like you to make that registered owner a division of a corporation, not you. That way, if they try to sue you at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? But again, I told you to plan the problem before it happens. Did I not do that in the beginning today? So remember, that's called step number 14. Ultimate goal, this car is registered and purchased through a division of a corporation at fleet price. Remember, because it's done the way Ray's rules say, it doesn't show up on personal credit too. Some of you probably have a repossession on your report. You know what? The IRS can give you a 1099-C for the information and the money they didn't collect that you were supposed to pay to them too, called the creditor. You got a way to play. Now, I had a problem when I was 19. I had 17 houses. I was trying to get number 18. Everywhere I turned, they said, you can't do that because of the loan-to-value problem. They kept saying, how'd you get 17? Well, you're the expert. You tell me. The moment I transferred every one of those into a division, and I wrote the rules and the tools how to do that too, guess what I got to do? Freed up my credit report. I also separated liability. If one screwed up, he couldn't take them all away from me. See, your paycheck today is taxed. Paychecks. Corporations are allowed to pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. Pay zero tax on $10 billion? Why not? Amazon did. You pay more tax than they do. Congratulations again. Your choice is simple. 2 weeks ago, I watched the news, and it's like they endorse everything I've been teaching and preaching for 43 years. They don't pay tax. They pay property tax and gallon of gas, certain things too. Reality is simple. And don't call it a loophole. That doesn't exist. They're doing what they're allowed to. They're not paying taxes. They don't have to. You got a choice. You can complain or you can join them. Learn how to play the game too. Ultimate goal is up to you. You got to remember, you've got to respect the Internal Revenue Service. And that's the first thing we're always going to do and say, yes, you're always right. Because the reality is they tell you flat out in the rule book, corporations don't pay tax so they make a profit. So why don't we learn to play? And let's go be like those people too. We have the choice too. His house is $165 million. What is it, made out of gold? You have the ability. You can join the club too if you want to. Up to you. Walt Disney and Newsweek, they call him the loophole king. That offsets taxes. They got $1 billion in the bank, and all they had to do is write an IOU to themselves. So the reality is you pay more tax than Mickey and Goofy do, because that's what you want to. You can learn to play. Federal Express, Dish, Nike, and on too. They don't pay tax. You get to learn how to play the game too. And California has more money than they know what to do with today. Ultimate goal, draw the 4 boxes, please. You should have did this since day one. Now remember, I wrote the rules in '86. So if we have a corporation in 3 divisions, what do we create? We create the line of defense. If we got a problem with one of those pieces, what are we going to do? We're going to save the good pieces and never bring the pain where? Home. We never had to. You have to realize you have to learn the 3-step too, because something can always go wrong. That's step number 15, by the way. See, as an affiliate, I'm allowed to build you credit or SSN, SS4. How much would you like me to build you today? But I want you to learn the rules and the tools how to play. Ultimate goal. Keep in mind I have specialty classes every Saturday. I broadcast up to 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday from 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This Saturday we have a specialty class too. Now if you want me to rebuild your credit, wrap or rescore, remember, it's going to be an average of 90 working days. It's $499 period, and you get a money back guarantee in writing. And I'd like you to go to the class at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Saturday to learn more information too, if you want to. You don't have to. But again, no case goes more than 180 days unless you keep messing up again and again too. And if you did this $499 during the webinar, I mean just Zell, now, I give you a $1,000 cash card. All right, it's like getting your money back and an extra $500 in your pocket too. But that's only during the webinar. Keep in mind, banks use Zell. I'm the recipient. My email's first as a phone number. Bank transfer deposits. Chase or B of A. That's it. Take a picture of that page today. Ultimate goal, I got a starter package to be a millionaire. If you got a corporation, I'll build that one for you too. Anything I do, I got to do wrapper, rescore, and credit rebuilding. I got to make you a qualified CFO. So articles also is tax ID. If you don't have it, I'll give that to you too. Set up in level 1. 3 months. Every Wednesday or Saturday or both. It's up to you. Office sells it for about $2,000. It's a good price. From there, I want to make sure you get half price through the live webinar of $999. and then I give you $10,000 of cash credit back to you, which is 10 times money you invested in yourself, and this all belongs to you too. The next package is called Millionaire in the Making. Same as the previous, you get all the same goodies, but instead of 10,000, you get 25,000 cash credit. Office sales are about 4,000. I tend to give you basically, all right, for half price of $1,999. There you go. Ultimate Go, it's called a Zelle, bank transfer deposit. That way we call you today right away. We get you going as fast as we can to make you that qualified CFO. Run your life through a corporation. That's what I'd like you to do. But you got to do what you want to. That's called step number 16. Ultimate Goal, how we can play the game and win. You see, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. That made sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you too. Because today you get a paycheck. It's taxed before you get the leftover. And then you're taking that money, all right, paying the bills, paying that car you should not. Probably taking money and credit from the family. Roll the dice, start a business today too. Ultimate, I'm sorry to say, you're paying the payment, gas, registration, insurance. The answer should be no. You should be driving a company car too. Everyone else is, but not you. You got a choice to play. That's called step number 17, by the way. Ultimate Goal. SS4 equals 1120. I want you to download an SS4 form today. I want you to understand what it says in front of you is banking and credit purposes. Credit and banking want purposes. So I want you to realize IRS public record. Number 18, download an SS4 form by going to irs.gov. I want you to verify everything I tell you is 100% verifiable for you. Ultimate Goal, corporation, the United States of America Incorporated. You see, they set up their line of defense called states. States are corporations. States set up the cities. The cities are corporations too. But not you. You didn't build the line of defense. But they did. They even planned the problem before it happened too, like I told you to do in the beginning today. See, they created and invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy that allows them to bankrupt the debt of a city and stay in business today. See, you are we the people. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. It's your constitutional right too. Ultimate Goal, Nixon took the gold standard out. Hospitals to this day. It's federally mandated a woman delivers a baby. Within 3 hours or less, she has to sign the SSN form for the baby. Baby's not getting a job, but they got to bond the baby and print some more money too. Remember, if mama don't sign the SSN form, she can't put the baby in the stroller, the car seat, can't go home. It's just the truth. It will set you free. You see, online you find these websites that say you don't have to guarantee. I'm sorry, that's called BS. To be a qualified CFO to get cash credit, all right, you have to be the qualified CFO. Get you up to 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit too. Then we look at supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, and gas cards too. You got to be the qualified CFO. I'm going to rebuild you to make sure you're the best CFO you can be. Now, there are also some websites that talk about trade lines. Sorry to say it. Look up the Fair Lending Act. You see, it'll tell you flat out, all right, if you're using that other credit and you're lying, I might have to visit in prison too. Don't want you to do that to you. Corporate credit is a write-off. Interest rate line of credit too. Can't do that for you, but a corporation can. But again, learning to play. Now, we expedite everyone because we're an affiliate. We make money every time we pump your credit. So that's the ultimate goal too. Do it as fast as we can. When you bought your house, all right, I'm hoping you did raise rules, escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. You didn't do it that way. That means if they sue you, they get to take it away. And when you die, it's stuck in your probate, and your family got diddly squat for your lack of planning for you. You see, we don't want that to happen. And when you fix up a property, you're going to hire a contractor. They're going to hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they slip, fall, and cut corners, and they sue you for everything you got, because you didn't plan the mistake. Like I told you in the beginning, plan the problem. Maybe it's up to you if you want to quickly deed properties to divisions. It costs about $12. You can also do an assignment of equity. So this means at the end of the day when they try to sue you, they get diddly squat. I think you just protected your assets too. Now, if you want to look at a trust, I'd pick a revocable trust. But I would pick that, but that's up to you. Ultimate goal, that's step number 19, 6 more to go. You see, some people, some of you, I don't want to pay tax rates. Stop the stuff. The IRS rule book is simple. It says corporations pay tax when they make a profit. You should have incorporated you since the day you were born. You see, quit playing peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Go to irs.gov. Download a form called 656 433A and B. Keep in mind, get your free money, put your butt back in the system starting today. Ultimate goal, that's number 20. Now, when I have properties, I don't put money in it. I'm one of the original OPMs, by the way. So in other words, I don't want to put money in that. I'll open an account from the manufacturer, save up to 70%. I don't have to pay them for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. So the ultimate thing, I'm using their money to fix up the property. Escrow closes, pays off the debt. Now I got up to $200,000 left over. See, you're going to have to write down raise rules now. Leverage your money and borrow money is not taxable. Set up the line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. This is basically blackjack step 21. See, here's my office before my coma. It was 22,000 square feet in Irvine Spectrum. I had locations in other states as well. The bank would be there almost every day going, The banks always kiss your assets when you got money. When you don't have any money, they don't know your name. So remember, banks borrow times the Fed up to times 10. And if you would have leveraged that money coming out of that escrow today, guess what? Leveraging raise rules, all right, that would have created up to $3 million of borrowed money. I would have told you to use 2 of that to get a McDonald's today. Again, would you like a fried chocolate shake? A Big Mac too? You can play the game, but this is what I want to do for you. I want to set up the corporation, set up the credit, and not do any business. I want to set up the line of defense and teach you how to set up the divisions too. Ultimate goal, what if something goes wrong with the piece? We're going to do exactly what we're allowed to do. I invented it for you. We're going to learn to play the 3-step. See, we're going to do and pull the Donald Trump, but Wells Fargo, City, rich and famous people too. It's called the 3-step. We're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If I can't save it, I'm going to bank with a bad piece. Keep the other pieces, but I'm not bringing the pain home. Why would I do that? Why did you do it to you too? Because you didn't know how to play the game. Business has always been a game. That's step number 22. Ultimate goal, what we get to do is this. When you're in the mirror today doing the raised mirror test, can you ask one more question when you're done with that one? Look in the mirror and ask a couple questions. What are you willing to lose? In other words, I don't want to lose my family, corporation, or divisions. I want world peace. I won't lose anything. But if I had to lose anything, it'd be a division. Why? Because they're cheap and I'd go get another one and another one too. The bank and the grocery store in the city can do this, so can I. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. Remember, winners always get checkmate. Ultimate goal number 23. You see, when my wife asked me on July 3rd, 2009, can we take the yacht out in a group of people, I said, why not? I took a corporate credit card, I said, fill it up, $1,600, wrote off the interest rate, the card, and the yacht. Why not? See, you're allowed to. I didn't know I'd be in a coma the next day. There's my yacht, race boat, UDOC, address too. Where's yours? I'm from Show Me State. The ultimate goal is up to you. Got to come back, got to help you too, but understand what I had to do. Walk around with an oxygen tank for about 5 weeks, put my score back to an 820, then I popped another card again. I always have my closet division because I don't know when I'm going to get knocked down again and again too. Fighting through the pain, pull out the closet division, go again and again too. You have the right to do this since you're 18 years old, by the way. Ultimate goal, God's using me to help you today. But again, here's a building, hard to say the Ray Reynolds University too. Reaching the dream, think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life, called Raise Rules. Today, learn the rules and the tools. Let's get beginning and learning to teach you some more. Ultimate goal, I make millionaires. Would you like to be next? Let me know. Now, motivation is not enough. I listen to it every day. That motivation I listen to is regarding the Bible. The Bible is the rules and the tools. Ultimate goal, anything else, blah, 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 makes no sense to me. See, when we basically want to tell your story, I'd like to rebuild you. How about I get you up to an 820 credit score? I get you up to $100,000 safety credit. You never use more than 29%. You have a backup and a backup. How about I get you a corporation divisions up to $1 million and you stop being stuck? It's your choice not to listen and learn. You wasted thousands on something that didn't work. Play with me for 90 days. See what happens with that too. Stop being stuck. Ultimate goal, the blueprint of 12 books and CDs called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. On a live webinar now, it's half price of $4.99. When I'm done, call sales, it's $9.99. Ultimate goal, you Zelle, bank transfer deposit. Chaser B of A. We'll ship it right out today. Pretty simple to do. So, how did the 14th Amendment make corporations people? It did. So the United States of America Incorporated has their 50 states. That's the line of defense. The states have their cities. Don't you think it's your turn? All right? Because I believe you're basically past due in setting up your line of defense for you and your family too. Ultimate goal, all right, never have joint credit. Makes no sense. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. Corporation always have up to $1 million of credit. From there, divisions are cheap. All right, get one for every piece of property, every franchise, every basic goal and dream you have in your business today. Set up that line of defense, see it, believe it, go get it, using Ray's rules. Ultimate goal, up to you. You see, there's number 24. You got one more to go. And when I'm done, all right, the sales team's going to charge as much as they need to. See, it's like credit rebuilding, rapid rescore, $4.99, done. Workshop every Saturday, learn some more if you want to. Average case is 90 working days. No case goes past 180 days unless you mess up again and again. That's on you. And if you did the $4.99 Zelle while I'm on a webinar, you get a $1,000 Visa cash card back to you. It's like getting twice your money back. That way it takes away your excuses. And all you have to do is Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. I told you to take a picture of that page today. Starter package for Millionaire. You get $10,000 of credit, half price of $9.99. Articles also tax ID, set up level 1. Credit rebuilding and rapid rescore 2 for 90 days. Well, I do the work for you and teach you how to play and put the information here. Next one is Millionaire in the Making. It comes with $25,000 of credit. All right, and what happens is it's half price of $1,999. You see, Zelle, bank transfer deposit. I'm going to call you right away. All right, I want to make sure you're another one of my success stories too. I've got 17 million of them. Kind of fun to play. Like I told you in the beginning today, I want to repackage you. House, car, bank account. Ultimate goal is going to be up to you. Now remember, today is pretty simple to understand. Every time I hear someone talking about the American dream, online, I heard all these little blah blah blahs today, or I go to an event. At the end, I always ask questions. I usually walk up with about 10 million in my hand, and I ask them questions. Are you going to hold my hand every step of the way? You going to help me go get the money too? Or are you going to take all my money, like Johnny said here that Tony Baloney did? All right, got him to give him $7,500. After 3 days, he went bye-bye. You see, everybody needs their hand held to accomplish a goal. Me, I want to make sure you get money coming in every month, pay your bills, drive a company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up their time. I want you to get the Ray's rules and set up the line of defense for you. Remember, 1,000 steps and rules equals $1 million even in the bank. 20,000 is billionaire. Last and final chance. $4.99, that's it. Credit rebuilding, rapid rescore, guaranteed at $750 in writing and above. Class at Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time too to learn more. Average case is 90 working days. Never pass 180 days unless you keep screwing up. That's on you. Remember. And if you did it now, before I'm done, you get a $1,000 card, like refunding yourself and getting another $5,000 in your pocket too. But that's only if you good you do. If you Zelle now. If you don't get the card. That's how it works. Starter package for Millionaire is $999. Articles also tax ID, workshops for 90 days, credit rebuilding, robbery score, make you the qualified CFO, and I hand you $10,000 in cash credit for $9.99. This all belongs to you 10 times more. There went all your excuses. Millionaire in the making, $1,999, you get $25,000 of credit. I don't have excuses. I've been doing this for 43 years. So use Zelle now. Bank transfer deposit, Chase or B of A. And if you don't do it now, when I'm done, call sales. They'll make the best deal they can, but you will not get that bonus card at all. You never do. It's only during the webinar. Stay safe, stay strong. We got to do our best while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So keep in mind today, getting you to the next level. The last and final step for today is number 25. So if you didn't Zelle or transfer right away, you're going to call the office now. 800 toll free 510-3338. 800-510-3338. If you don't do it, you don't call it, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. Go back to being stuck. I don't want you to be stuck. I want to change your life starting today. Ultimate goal, I got to do my best all through the day what God does the rest for me, like He does for you. Keep in mind, God loves us all.